Alright, so welcome back to part 2 of this grand harvest tour. Gonna be cruising through the food forest area. Gonna be harvesting some cabbages down there and some tomatoes. Got a bunch of beets in there too. Got some squash growing there. Yeah, I won't be storing these because they're already cracked. Probably use them in borscht. So right here I have some Brandywine and Linguiça tomatoes to harvest. Got some celeriac in here. The beets are doing really good. There's a fatty. Pull a couple of these. Got some celery in here still. These ones have been cut off earlier and they're actually growing back. So I was quite curious to see how far these will get along. So I had pickling cukes in here, kind of left too long now. I also had leftover butternut squashes that I interplanted in here. It's my donut peach tree here. All in all, doing pretty well. The Sanchiki pear is right there. We're gonna be harvesting some of those, leaving a few just to get even sweeter.
Even with my eyes still closed, feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Wow, there is a lot on here. Oh wow. Quite sweet already. Such a heavy producer as well.
Hummingbird wing.
I just want to get a couple more off these branches here. They're really weighted down. Look at this one branch. It's just super full. There must be like 40 on this one branch. Amazing. I got her sitting up on this little A-frame here. Just the end of the branch, otherwise it'd probably be touching the ground. Got so much food to kind of deal with. So they can stay on, you know, a few more days. The amount of fruit that it produces for its size is incredible. I have a king apple here. It has just a few fruit on. And a bean teepee right beside. Beautiful volunteer nasturtiums. They seem to be taking their time in ripening, but these are pretty tasty apples. Great stores. It's an older variety. It takes two other types for pollination, but the benefit of a triploid is that they actually are a very vigorous grower. They have potential to get really large, the apple size in general. So that's one advantage of some older varieties that are triploids. Those are pretty sweet. Wow, look at them all. Look at those. Just gonna go through and pick a bunch of them, but leave some of the really large ones for seed. Oh good, here are some that are finished off. Nectarine here, just a couple on her this year. It bloomed profusely, but I got really bad leaf curl, and so it just knocked off all the fruit. That was a bummer. But the peach tree right here was an incredible crop this year. Italian plum tree here, have a few fruits on her. Really nice structure on her. It's her 4th year. A couple water sprouts I do need to prune off again this year. I thought there was going to be a really nice crop on her this year. It was looking like it, but yeah, just a few scragglers left. Like that's ripe, I think. On the small side still. Let's try it. Oh, it's totally good. Gives me hope for next year anyways. There's nothing like a good Italian plum. And we have a Flemish Beauty pear there with a crop on her. And there's a few fruits on her. Definitely getting some scab. Actually got it fairly bad on some. A few have been picking off, like that's not going to even be good. It's best to keep all your fruit, you know, away from your tree, like the bad stuff. Oh, there's one. I just got poppy seeds in my ear. But yeah, there are some nice fruits on here up higher. not a lot. The blooms on her in the spring were just thick everywhere. And she set a fair bit of fruit. Wormhole too. A few tomatillos and a few different things. I'm just gonna cruise around. Then I'm gonna make my way over to the south end plot, just around the corner there. There's beans and broccoli and tomatoes, and see what else we can find there in this greenhouse here. There are some long English cukes and also some delicata squash. 3 tomatillos planted in the food forest here. I never supported them, so they split here early on, which is kind of too bad. But they're still staying alive. Really should have supported them. Be okay. Yep. That one's completely filled out. That's how they should be, I suppose. It's nice when they get a little bit white. They kind of get a little bit more ripe. Oh, the blackberries. They're getting too much rot in this area. They really need to lift them all up. Tons more on their way though. Those are gorgeous. Don't think a lot of them will make it. Oh, that's good. That'd be nice to do something on their own. Nice little green tomatillo salsa. Got some loganberries in here that need, some trellising. An extra zucchini I planted. I got 2 in here. Wow, they cropped out nice now. Let's go ahead and harvest these. This broccoli in here and this hugelkultur is still going. This was a spring planting. Yeah, there's some little heads there. A few more. 1 blueberry. Here. There's our peach tree. Incredible harvest this year. Some plum trees there. No fruit on them this year. Most of the echinacea is still blooming. Large blueberry here. Still trying to ripen some fruit. The birds have been perching here and chomping on them. Well, there's some. It's kind of late, but a lot came off here that were ripe earlier on. The Nicotiana alata. I planted Penstemon wedding bells, a perennial flower. I started this spring out kind of late. Actually, I got them in, but I think they're going to be okay. Beautiful bellflower. Finally got my red hot pokers in. This is going to be an awesome one next year. Another apple tree here, Harcourt. She produced a lot this year. It's a bit of a softer apple. It's not really good for storing, but I still have some in the fridge actually that are keeping all right. Such a beautiful structure on this tree. It's one of the largest bare roots I've ever planted. This is Roma VF. They certainly took a long time to ripen up. The lima beans, pretty excited about these, but they aren't all that productive so far. I need to get them in the ground earlier. There's lots of little babies there. They just need more time. I'll definitely have enough for seed for next year, which is awesome. Where all my butternuts were that I just harvested. Here's the south end plot. Let's see what we need to harvest here. There's some autumn planted broccoli, or late summer planted, and we're just coming around now. Thank you, broccoli. There's some. Hopefully they have enough time to do some side shooting. That's really where you get a lot of the bulk, I find, of many varieties, is just the side shooting. They could pretty much use another string. They're getting pretty tall now. They take quite a long time to mature. So fava beans actually like cool weather, unlike other beans. I think doing transplants is actually a really good way to grow them because you can get them going then a lot earlier or in the autumn. I've only grown them for an autumn crop. This is the 3rd time I've grown fava beans, so still just kind of learning this crop. Some more volunteer potatoes in here. Oh yeah, look at those beauties. Just popping right out. Oh, I love this variety. Nice volunteer mustard green in here. Well, that's pretty much it. There's a few hiding out in there, I'm sure, and a few more on their way. Yeah, it seems like they need to be planted earlier. This is one of my more sunny locations here in the south end plot. The Hargrand apricot is doing all right now. She's put on some growth this year. Had the pruner back last season, pretty good. She was dying back, but she's doing pretty well now. Pretty slow growers, the apricots. Oh, I just noticed my peas are flowering. This was a late summer planting. These are some shelling peas in here. We got some pods already. I think some will make it. Looking good. Siberian kale in here. Okay, this looks good. Wow, these are big. These were held back as transplants for a while, and then I planted them in here when I sowed these peas out. And all this seed here, delphinium. Ooh, poppies. Oh, I love this. Wow, look at all of those. Let's see, we don't want a bunch of poppies. How about just right around the apricot? Cucumbers are all done here on this trellis. But we have some good looking potatoes in here. Some of them are volunteers, and then I planted a few more. Some pretty big stalks. Okay, I'm gonna get all these tomatoes picked off really quickly. All this mint is good for harvesting still too. Salsa time is coming. More here. Beauties. Oh yeah, red jalapeno, love it. They're hot still, but they have that sweetness to them then. Now they're tasty like that, but I'm not sure if it was worth my effort. I mean, they were planted extremely light and a lot of shade with the other crops here, but it's kind of just like a bonus crop in here. There's something there though. Those will be tasty. Steamed up with some butter. Delicata squash here. And all the vines have fallen down on the lines. There isn't that many fruits, but still it's fun to grow these in a bin and just on twine. So these are pretty much cured right on the vines, which is really nice. Delicatos are in the Pepo species. Wow, yeah, they're really brittle already. Nice and dry. These are gorgeous. Didn't make all that many fruits, but really nice ones. These were planted beginning of July. All right, so real quick, let's just grab these Long English Improved Telegraph cucumber. Japanese shisho. I used it once with some coleslaw. It was pretty good. It's kind of funny how I just grow some things and don't really use them. It's kind of pretty though. It's a neat plant. It's quite a herb. All right, so 2 days of harvesting. Still have a lot more produce out there, but just combed over the whole property and harvested a lot. Put a good dent in it all. Just take a look at everything I pulled out of the garden. This is the end of the second video. Thanks so much for watching and enjoying. Hopefully you did. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, pass it along to a friend. Really hope you have a wonderful week. Take care. We'll see you next time.